Alright guys, so the second cabinet I decided to do was Dance Dance Revolution for my summer arcade projects. And for those that don't know, this cabinet was fixed up not too long ago actually. I believe I did it back in winter, sometime December, January, February, something like that. I put in a brand new tri-sync monitor up there, and down here I actually went through both panels, did the card mod, and swapped swapped out some sensors. Now, for those that don't know, if you played here, this sensor was right here. It's a pump it up sensor actually, that's why it's spliced with quick disconnects there. And if you played on this machine, that sensor was actually unplugged. And the reason why was you would touch this, like I'm touching it right now, like I'm barely touching it. This would be enough to trigger this sensor. It's way too sensitive. Like you would move around the pad and then it would trigger this one sensor. It's absolutely insane how sensitive this sensor is. So it's unfortunately probably gonna be trashed. So yeah, and besides that, the panel, you'd be playing and then sometimes it would misfire on this panel, and then you're like, huh, well, I know I didn't miss that. And it took me a while to track down which sensor it was. It honestly is a trial and error process. You just have to play songs, unplug sensors until you find the one that is the trouble one. Like in this case, I just went around and unplugged one sensor each time to find out which one was causing the problem. And of course, for me, it had to be the last sensor that I did, because that one obviously you can see I had to rewire it because it broke from being in here. It snapped the wire. And then that one looks fine, but this one looks great. I mean, except for like the rust that's been put on here, the rust and dust. It looks like a great sensor, but it actually isn't. This one actually has problems where if you press it, it gets stuck. So this is the trouble sensor, and it's gonna be thrown out. And I'm gonna be putting in 2 brand new sensors into this machine. So there's not really much else to really show you about putting in a sensor. It's literally just plugging something in and just placing it back under these little tabs here. So yeah, I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna show you the second part of this cabinet restoration, and then that's pretty much gonna be it for Dance Dance Revolution. There's actually not too much work to do here, so update you guys in a minute here. Okay, so I just put in the new sensors into this panel. Like I said before, one of them was way too sensitive and the other one was being held down when you push it. And now, let me show you what happens when I push down on it. Yeah, if I'm more center, there we go. Everything lights up just fine. So this panel is probably one of my best panels now, after I kind of moved around the sensors a little bit. All the new ones, like the new ones right here, this is a pump it up one. It takes very little to trigger it. Like I could go like this, and actually I'm triggering it just by doing that little touch there, which is awesome because, I mean, I push on this, it's instant response, so that's great. That's exactly what you want when you do a DDR pad. You want to be able to push down just a tad bit and at least get a little bit of a trigger. Most of my R panels are like that, so if I go around, like a lot of these are good because, I don't know if you probably didn't see it, but yeah, a lot of them are good because they're using pump it up sensors. Pump it up sensors are a little better than DDR sensors. I do have DDR sensors over here, as you can see. DDR sensors aren't the best to put in your machine to have instant results. If you buy DDR sensors, I feel like you have to play with them a little bit before they actually start kicking in and working like they're supposed to. So pump it up sensors usually though, you just change out the wiring, throw it in your machine, and bam, it works instantly. So, and then my other side, I mean, that works all good too. I mean, you guys saw me try a AAA Max 300 on this, so you guys already know this is all great. And there's still one more thing I have to do besides that, and that's to wire up the memory cards. I have the harness for this right over here. It's pretty easy. All it really is this connector here. I believe it's a GST connector. 2 of the wires are ground and 2 of them are 12 volts. They're color coded for me because when we did this we were color coding. So the black is ground, red is plus 12. So we're going to throw this in the machine, and then we should have working memory card slots after I plug in the USB down here as well. So let me go ahead and do that and make sure that we have memory card slots working. Here we go. Alright guys, so another thing that really bummed me out usually when, or since I got this machine in my hands, is the memory card slots, the lights never worked on it. It's because of this right here. This in my cabinet actually is disconnected somewhere or it's broken. So this actually won't do you no good if you plug it in, unfortunately. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hardwire this part, each connector, into these connectors, which go into the micro switches on the side. So the lighting, the 12 volt line will go from here, which is the orange right here. As you can see right here. Orange will go into orange on here. They'll take the 12 volts and supply it with power. And then the R ones on here, they're like blue and green. Those are the controls. So green, I believe, is player 1. So you just got to cut off the player 1 thing here. Feed it through to this, and then same with over here, except it's blue. Cut it, feed it in, and that'll be 2-player control. So then that will control the lighting on this, and it just lights up normally with the other switches on front. So it's going to work exactly the same as it would normally. So let me go ahead and wire things up here and see if it works. So stay tuned. Alright guys, sorry about the bit of the quality change if you noticed anything. My iPad actually just ran out of room to record stuff, so I'm recording this from my iPhone. So I got everything wired up here, and I'm going to show you a little bit of what I did. Now, top wire here, plus 12, all I did was I took off this old connector, I took the wire, put it into a new quick disconnect here, and then I took the wire that goes to this light bulb back here, and I plugged it in and did it just like these other ones right here. So it's in a series, then it comes over, and then it'll go into that light bulb. And same thing with the control in the back here. This controls when the lights go on and off. So this one comes in from the R1, pops in right here. New connector on there as well. Comes over to there, and then into the memory card. And then I did the same thing for our side here. You can see there's new connectors on there. And then goes to that light bulb right back there. There we go. There it is. So we got a light bulb right up there and right back there. Now, when I plug everything in, everything should be good. Quick note though, if you have one of these in your machine, it's really not necessary. The ground wire, obviously, it's not going to be doing much for you because we're going to be using the ground that is right here on this breakout here. So we got the ground, the controls, and everything else all in this one harness. And it's still grounded. As you can see, it's up there. And one other thing I would like to note, when I showed you this connector, I said some of them were ground and then some of them were plus 12. And I just double checked my my thinking here, and I came across this at the bottom where it plugs in. You probably won't be able to see the lettering down there. I really wish I could show you. But on the left side, it says plus 5V, which means plus 5 volts. And on the opposite side here, it says GND. So what that basically means is when I plug this in, if I can get off, let me set this down for a second. Alright, so we got some connectors right here on the left side. As you can see, they're red, and that's plus 5. Now, I didn't know this, but when my friend made this cable for me, back when I knew nothing about arcade machines, he color-coded it, the exact color for the JAMA harness. So plus 5 on most JAMA harnesses should be red if they color-coded it correctly, and then the ground is black. So all you would have to do besides that is plug that right into there, and then plug it straight into the JAMA on the opposite side. You can just take a spliced cable and plug this like straight into the harness, just like that. It's not too hard actually. I didn't know much about arcade machines when I got this machine, so my friend was thankful enough to show me a little bit more and why JAMA harnesses are so awesome for that feature. You can pretty much take any wire and then plug it straight into it and get your voltage, your ground, anything you need. Okay, so pretty much now I'm gonna be plugging this into my machine. I'm gonna be taking this cable. I'm gonna actually extend it a little bit more. The actual wiring here is a little short. I don't know if you'll be able to see the whole thing here. I can try, but yeah, it's barely enough to get to the JAMA harness, and I want to have a little bit more leg room to work with on this thing. So I'm gonna plug in this and make sure the lighting works, and then I'm gonna come back and redo the wiring on that monster right there, and hopefully everything works. So I'll give you guys an update once I plug this in and check if the lights work. So here we go. Okay, so I just got everything hooked up here, plugged in that one connector, and as you can see, if I can get this, we got lights. Yes, that's it, believe it or not. It's just that tiny little light in there, but it was something that I've always wanted to get working because it's been bugging me ever since I got this cabinet. Was I could never have these lights working, and now I got working lights. I'll turn on all of them. Oh, there is no all button. Let's turn it all at the same time. You have to do everything one by one. One player side, as you can see, lights up everything over here, and then 2-player side lights up all that bulb right there, obviously, and that's it. So we got working lights now on the memory cards. I just have to plug it in, and then we should have working memory card slots in just a few minutes here. So let me go ahead and wire everything into the JAMA harness, and I'll give you guys an update then. So here we go. Alright, sorry if you're having trouble hearing me. Let me try to change that real quick. Okay, shut up DDR Supernova, you suck. Okay, so let's go into memory card options so you can see I have the memory card slots working. Yay! Hooray for memory card slots. I can bring a memory card under the big top and save your scores. Now on top of that, let's see, where do I go for lamp check? That's right. Okay, so we go here, start 1 player. Oh! Then we go start 2 player. Oh! Oh my goodness. Working memory card slot lights, finally. How long did that take? Years? Oh well, I got them working now. So, sweetness. Hopefully memory cards stay plugged in this time. I made sure that they are wired in very securely so I don't ever have to worry about them coming loose again. And all that other fun stuff. So, that's pretty much going to conclude most of the DDR related things for restoration. The only other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to countersink the pads. I am really tired, probably, as you can tell, so I cannot talk. So these thick-headed screws are going to go bye-bye, and there's going to just be a nice flat surface here with a screw. The screw's going to be really flat, too. So that's going to be my next project. I don't have a drill. I'm going to ask my supervisor if he has one that I can borrow to countersink the pads. And that's going to be the last thing I'm going to do to this cabinet for a while. I do need brackets because the monitor is a tad bit crooked. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm trying to match this up with like the top header right there. You see how it's a little crooked? Like the right side is a little bit more down than the left. That's because when I put the wood in here, when we mounted it, it got put in a little crooked. It's been like that since I got it. The monitor in here, that is. I do have the real brackets, or my friend has them, so whenever I pick them up, that's going to be fixed as well, but that's the only other thing. Otherwise, these pads are freaking awesome. What can I say? They better be, because I play on this machine. And that's going to be it. You're going to be seeing probably more DDR videos of me playing on this machine now than that one, because Under the Big Top is not giving me sensors to put in that pad, in those pads. And I hate Supernova, so if they upgrade to Supernova 2, I'll probably go back and play it. But that's going to be it probably for right now. I don't know if I'm going to show a video of me countersinking the pads, but we'll see. If not, then I'll just upload this. You've seen probably enough of countersinking stuff. There's a few videos of it on YouTube, so that's pretty much it. If you guys like this video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later.